Today I will be reviewing the 2011 horror thriller movie Red State, written and directed by Kevin Smith. If you've seen Red State, definitely let me know what you think of it, and let me know what your favorite Kevin Smith movie is. First off, it is expected that since Kevin Smith is from my home state of New Jersey that I might be slightly biased. I assure you that is not the case. I've never been one of those people that will blindly follow somebody just because I like one or two of their movies. That's never been the case for me. I don't like all of Kevin Smith's movies. I like a lot of his ideas, but not all the movies. The only two movies that I love are Clerks and Mallrats. I liked Dogma, but I didn't love it. I didn't really care for Chasing Amy, Jersey Girl, Clerks 2, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, and I haven't seen Cop Out or Zack and Miri Make a Porno yet, but I definitely plan to. Chasing Amy, Clerks 2, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, they just go a little bit too far with the juvenile themes and jokes for my taste, and Jersey Girl felt too flat for me. But Clerks and Mallrats are well-balanced independent classics, and if you haven't seen them, definitely go check them out. That being said, I was a little cautious going in to see Red State just because I didn't like a lot of his movies, although I did like a lot of the ideas. But this definitely isn't your typical Kevin Smith movie at all, and a far departure from his earlier work. It has a bit of a Coen Brothers feel to it. Even though it's billed as a horror movie, it is not a horror movie in the typical sense, and it's really only horror in the first half of the movie. The second half is more of a crime, drama, action, thriller movie. This definitely isn't a movie for the young or the faint of heart. There's a lot of graphic violence and blood throughout the movie. A lot of the violence and blood actually caught me off guard because it almost lulls you into a false sense of security with some of the dialogue and comedic moments, and then all of a sudden a jarring, graphic, violent moment happens, and it takes the viewer by surprise and leaves them a little bit shaken, which personally I think really adds to the movie. The movie has dark undertones throughout the movie, and the suspense is really taut. The film takes place in Middle America or the Bible Belt. The story is about a young trio of high school boys who are talking to a woman on the internet, and they're going to meet her for sex. However, the three boys soon find out that they were lured and tricked in by a group of religious fanatics, and things go horribly awry from there. Religious fanatics are some scary-ass people. Religion is a theme that is often brought up and used as a focal point in Kevin Smith's movies, i.e. Dogma, which again is definitely the case for Red State, whose tagline is Fear God. The religious fundamentalist group in Red State seems to be modeled after Westboro Baptist Church, who's always in the news for protesting military funerals and spewing hate speech and holding up homophobic signs while picketing the funerals. Kevin Smith is well known for his dialogue-heavy comedy, so this was a far departure from his typical style of movies. The movie stars Michael Parks, Melissa Leo, John Goodman, and Kyle Gallner. Overall, the cast as a whole was tremendous. Everybody played their part perfectly. The first movie that I remember seeing John Goodman as a cop was the 80s horror movie Chud, which I personally love that movie. And Kyle Gallner, he plays the stereotypical emo kid in just about every movie. Well, he was sans emo look in this movie, but every scene that he was in, I just kept picturing his catalog of emo work. And Stephen Root, who played the sheriff in this movie, I know he's played in tons of movies as cops, but I always picture him as Milton from Office Space. So every time I kept seeing him, I just kept thinking, I believe you have my stapler. Love that movie. Red State is dark and gritty and controversial, and there's going to be a lot of debate about the issues that Kevin Smith brings up in the movie. There's definitely a lot of surprising moments that really caught me off guard. There is very little in the way of soundtrack or underscore. The majority of the music is within the movie and performed by the preacher. The surrounding natural sounds and lack of underscore in Red State really heightens the tension of the movie. The handheld camera style in a couple of the scenes has some shaky cam moments, and there are some creative cuts in the movie, but both of which lend to the authenticity and feel of the movie. It almost reminds me of the way The Devil's Rejects was shot, with the grittiness and some of the camera angles. There are moments when it almost feels like a 70s grindhouse movie too. There are definitely some great comedic moments throughout the film and some outrageous kooky moments as well. For instance, when the preacher asks for some sweet tea during an ongoing shootout, with bullets going back and forth right next to their faces. I thought that was pretty offbeat and humorous and really works for the film. It's almost teetering on a black comedy, even down to the last line of the movie. The dialogue and writing really makes this film work. Red State is bleak, funny, and a great social commentary. The message at the end is really the best part of the movie. Speaking of which, Kevin Smith has a quick off-screen cameo where he yells the last line of the movie, which, by the way, is simply perfection for this movie. Really wraps it all together. Kevin Smith has come out and said that he's going to be quitting directing after his next movie, Hit Somebody, which is apparently a hockey movie. I really think that is going to be a loss for the film community without him directing, but I'm hoping he'll still be writing and producing as well, though. My only criticisms would be that the monologue by the preacher could have been drastically shortened. And also the runtime for the film felt a little short. Those are very minute criticisms though. Red State very well may be one of Kevin Smith's greatest films to date. It really is a shame to hear that Kevin Smith will not be directing anymore after his next movie, especially since Red State shows that he can step out of his comfort zone and create a masterpiece. Red State is hands down one of the best movies of the year, Go see it, check it out, I highly recommend it. Kevin Smith, I am impressed. Come down to New Brunswick and have a beer. I give Red State a resounding 9 out of 10. It really caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I did. Red State comes highly recommended if you're into dark, gritty, bleak movies with excellent comedic moments. Again, if you've seen Red State, definitely let me know what you think of it, and let me know what your favorite Kevin Smith movie is. Leave me a comment down below. Hope everybody's doing well. Take care.